We're motherfucking live. Welcome to the Slightly Nocturnal Show. Today is November 28th, 2016. I'm Doc Holliday, and I'm joined with Bo Machado here. What's going on, bud?
I am lounging. You know, you work for the man all day long. You got to get home and get on the sofa.
Bo, of course, is, on the sofa there. So, just a couple, we'll pay some bills here. Thank our sponsors, TGN, NVIDIA, Ring the Bell, and we're presented tonight by, of course, Cobra Studios. Alright, so, it's been, what, since last Monday, since we had a show?
Yeah, 7 days.
So a week.
You got withdrawal?
I got a little withdrawal, yeah, but I get mine in on the, I get it in on the days.
Oh, that's true. You weren't fiending like Jodeci.
All right, so let's just wrap up some things that went on over the last week. The big thing, one of the big things was that I guess this Rio Olympics was just ended up being just terrible. I think it was just not a good Olympics. So we got a bunch of the Kenya officials now that are being
hiding under beds.
Hiding under beds, yeah, yes, to say the least. So. I guess there was a fifth Kenya official that was arrested, and for keeping uniforms and stealing money. So, what's going on in Kenya? God damn it! What are you guys doing over there?
Not just uniforms; they had the shoes and everything. They were all about the Nikes.
I guess so. Oh, and then there's I don't have all the info, but I saw where a couple more athletes got their stuff stripped from them because for anti-doping policy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So I guess it happens probably. It probably happens after every Olympics, but it seems like more and more of them are coming up. So
yeah.
So
well,
this guy,
the tests are so good.
Yeah, fucking A. Police went to the Nairobi. I can never say this right.
Nairobi.
Nairobi. That's it. Home of this Ben. I'm going to slaughter this. Ekabuo, who is a vice president of the country's Olympic Committee and head of its swimming federation, and he was reportedly hiding under his fucking bed.
What better place? The police knock on a door, you don't want to let them in, so you go hide under the bed.
That's right.
It's like Kevin in Home Alone.
They're going to make the two bad guys go away, right?
That's right. That's
they
right.
Found
He's getting rid of the wet bandits.
running shoes and unused Kenya team uniforms that were meant to go to the athletes. Goodness gracious. They said that,
you gotta wonder, how big is his family that he needed that shit for Christmas?
What the fuck? Oh, they said they also, these high-ranking sports officials stole more than 6.4 million pounds in athletes' expenses and equipment. So 6.4 million pounds, probably right around $8 million. Maybe give or take.
It's a lot of loot.
Yeah.
Now we know why Kenyans didn't do better in the Olympics. They were eating ramen noodles like college students.
Jesus, right?
all the money was with their administrators.
And we have a bunch of like Trump and Clinton stuff to talk about, but one of the things I want to hit on before we get into sports here tonight is Trump is not pursuing Clinton, charging Clinton. So he's come out and said he's not. But I wonder if he's going to fucking change his mind after the shit she's pulled this. So, but then, of course, and we'll touch on this later, but I found out right before the show that Pennsylvania, Jill Stein missed the cutoff for the recount in Pennsylvania. It was on Monday,
so there's no recount.
She can't do it in Pennsylvania. But I think they're going to probably get a lawyer and do their thing, so we'll see. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's get on to sports, man. You're the sports king. What you want to hit up first?
The heartbreak of the Denver Broncos late night.
It was such a heartbreaking game.
I came back from a week vacation. It looked like the offense was actually playing offense instead of being offensive. They would get the defense a lead, only for the defense to surrender the fucking lead back to the Chiefs. And then Kubiak gets to overtime, and he wants to get risky and kick 62-yard field goals. I know you don't play for a tie, but you also got to think, man, chances are we're going to lose this game if we don't make a 62-yard field goal. And the kicker had said prior to the game that his range was 60. So you're adding 2 yards.
And when you think about a field goal, like 2 yards, that's you know, if it's just barely going in at 60, you know, it ain't going in at 62.
Right. Well, last week, what did like 13 kickers missed extra points? Now we're talking about 62-yard field goals. So, yeah, that was pretty disappointing. And at this point, pushed the Broncos out of the playoff picture for the time being because the Dolphins have a 6-game win streak going on.
Yeah,
so.
they're gonna have to lose some games for you guys to get back in it. Well, that's a shame though.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's talk about Thanksgiving Day's games. So we had the Lions play the Vikings, the Cowboys play the Redskins, and then the Colts played the Steelers. Let's talk about that.
Lions was controversial. Slay had the interception at the end of the game. The Vikings forced a fumble, but they said there was no fumble, and then the Lions kicked a field goal to win the game.
The Lions, though, surprisingly, are having a good season. They're 7-4 this year.
Yeah, they're good. Ever since Jim Bob Cooter became the offensive coordinator.
Cooter. And then
well, with a name like Jim Bob, he had to be good at something.
That's right. And then the Cowboys play the Redskins. Don't they always play? I think the Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving Day.
I think them and Detroit both are every year. Yeah,
every year, right? So then the Cowboys, they beat the Redskins. It was an awesome game.
It was a good one. The Redskins couldn't get out of their own way in the first half.
But goddamn, they scored 20 fucking points in the fourth quarter. Like,
yeah, that's what I say.
They did a hell of a job coming back. So.
Yeah, fucking Kirk Cousins killed me in fantasy football. I was playing that bastard. He scored 44 points against me. I'm trying to make a playoff push, and Kirk Cousins is scoring 44 fantasy points. What the fuck?
So my Cowboys are 10-1. The Redskins are 6-4. I don't see the Redskins making the playoffs now.
I don't know, because the rest of the NFC is fairly weak. Unless you think Tampa Bay is going to keep winning and jump them, I'm not sure who else is going to.
I say Tampa Bay keeps winning, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I just know my Cowboys are going to make the playoffs no matter what now. They've done sealed it up. So
yeah, they probably clinched the playoffs already with 10 wins.
10 wins, that definitely is the clinch. They're going to the playoffs, baby. Woo, woo.
And probably #1 in the power rankings, too,
probably
now.
So. Yep.
So in Tampa Bay, who we just talked about, they're winning. They beat the Seahawks, which helps you guys potentially move a lot closer to home field advantage. And I'm sure you'd rather have Seattle come to you guys than you guys go up there, where I think the last time you played up there, didn't Romo fumble a snap or something?
Well, we don't have to worry about it because Romo's not going to be playing. So.
He might still hold for the kicker.
Oh, fuck no. He's not. He doesn't know. And then, so the Steelers played the Colts, and the Steelers came out on top. So both those teams are pretty mediocre this year.
Yeah, well, and the Colts played without Andrew Luck. He's in that concussion protocol. So
yeah. So that wraps up Thanksgiving. Moving on to Sunday's games. The Titans beat the Bears. Who fucking didn't see that coming? And then, let's see.
I think the Bears started Matt Barkley, and I think they signed him off the street, like literally during the week, to start at quarterback.
He had a good game, though.
No, more props to him, because I think he did have a good game. But I do think that they literally signed him off the street, though, this week, and he started for them. So that tells you kind of the shape the Bears are in right now.
Yeah. Who else do we have?
Oh, let's see. Cincinnati lost to Baltimore. Baltimore ran that.
We're gonna talk about
trick.
That
trick play that you were happy
holy
about.
Fucking shit moment that all those fuckers should be fucking suspended for. The fucking asshole. So right at the end of the game, the Ravens decided that they were gonna hold. They held 9 Bengals players to fucking keep them from doing anything. They basically took a penalty so that they couldn't do anything else in the game. And to me,
it wasn't on purpose.
It was on purpose. How the fuck can you sit there? Of course it was. 9 people wasn't on purpose. 9 holds wasn't on purpose.
No.
No. It's the most unprofessional.
Baltimore would never do anything. that was illegal or not for the betterment of the game.
Those fucking East Coast teams, man. Them and the Patriots, they're starting to trend. You know, they want to cheat to win ball games.
Baltimore has historically been one of those hard-nosed, verge on the dirty play type of teams.
That was definitely dirty to me, and I definitely don't. I think it does not uphold the NFL's mission statement at all.
No.
And I think they should be fined and suspended for it. There, I'm off my soapbox. I've said what I want.
They're going to suspend 9 players off of a starting unit?
Fuck yes, they are.
No, that shit'll never happen. I
know it'll probably never happen, but that's my recommendation as Doc Holliday, as an outside person that's not associated with either one of those teams.
Yeah, you don't represent the Shield.
I do not.
Although you're heavy representing the Shield by saying they should fine and suspend people.
They should. They should punish people for doing that shit. I think the game loses integrity when that kind of stuff is allowed to go on.
I don't argue that, but it's about wins and losses in professional sports, and they got a W, and you know they kind of use the rule book to their advantage.
Suspensions and fines. That's what we're going.
Yeah.
I'm glad we disagree, though. So.
Yeah. You know, call up Goodell, get Roger on the horn.
Fuck that guy. He's a fuck.
We'll see what his plan is.
I don't think he's been an asset to the NFL. I don't think he's helped the NFL.
No. Oh, he grew their business side of things.
Oh, I think he's an amazing business person, but I don't think he's been good for the game itself. So, if they've lost fans year and year and year after year. So,
this is the first year that their ratings are in reverse. They've actually grown every year up till now.
I think they've lost fans though every year. Like the game has become such it's like a show now, and I think that's how they want it. And versus I don't think it's more like I think back in the 70s and the 80s, games were way different than they are now. So.
Oh sure, ask the older guys who played. You know what I mean? Like Jerry Rice would have been unstoppable with the rules that protect receivers now.
Yep. Now I think the game itself has changed. With new rules in place, but I think now it's more like a production versus a football game that everybody can enjoy. I think
it's stat based because fantasy sports grew like it did.
Yeah.
In the last decade.
Yeah. So let's just continue the wrap up here. Who else played? Anybody else of note? Take a win or loss? The Browns, of course.
Well, the Browns stay winless.
0.
Yep, stay winless. Let's see. The Falcons won again, so they're still looking good. They lead their division.
Yeah, they're Saints 7 and 4.
Rams out. Yeah, yep. The Saints blew the Rams out. And so the Saints are kind of making up one of those playoff pushes. They might be one of those teams that, if they can stay hot, pushes their way in and pushes the Redskins out. You just don't want the Redskins in because you're worried about them.
No, no, we just beat them. We're good. We're golden.
You barely beat them, though.
Barely? What's a motherfucker talking about wins and losses?
As long as you got the W. If you ask Kirk Cousins about the sunshine that you guys used to blind him in the first quarter.
Oh, my God. What did you just say? It's all about wins and losses? I think that's what your exact
words are. But that's my point. You're afraid that you might not get another one of those wins if you have to play the Redskins again.
Well, I think, only close counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, sir. Like, that's the only close.
I've been good at horseshoes in my lifetime, so...
So I think...
You want to challenge me to a game of horseshoes?
I would love to. Horseshoes. And I'd love to lose to you, because I've, played horseshoes maybe 10 times in my collective, 32 years abroad.
Hey. Excuses. They're like assholes. Everybody has one.
I'm just saying I'm going to lose. I'm not saying I'm going to win. So the Seahawks, they lost to the Bucks, like you said. The Raiders beat the Panthers, and the Pats beat the Jets.
Yep, that's pretty much a rundown. That's all the.
I think that Dallas is going to have to play the Pats in the Super Bowl. That's my prediction.
They look like the Raiders look pretty solid too.
But the two teams,
David Carr brutally dislocated his pinky finger and came back in the game to lead them to a victory. Did you see that dislocation?
I saw it after the fact. I didn't see it during the game.
I'll say that shit was nasty. I was watching it. Shoot, I thought, and he's my fantasy quarterback, so I thought, fuck, this dude's out the game now and hasn't done dick.
Let's see.
So,
and then, of course, your devastating Kansas Chief loss that you got.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was a hell of a game, though. That might be the best football game of the season so far.
It was a good game.
One thing I think we should talk about while we're still on the NFL.
Yes.
How about the rebirth of Colin Kaepernick? All of a sudden, he looks like he's really a solid quarterback again.
After fucking 9 straight losses.
Well, I'm not saying the 49ers are a good team. I'm saying Colin Kaepernick looks like he might be a legit quarterback again. He had like 118 yards and 295 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, he threw and passed for a combined of over 300 yards.
And now he's on both of my fantasy teams. That's right, Colin. I'm not fucking around.
Get
off your knee and get me in the win column.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah, they're going to be all right. So. All right, so let's see. Let's move over to college football. The best sport on the face of the earth probably right now.
Well, Alabama beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl, so I know you're displeased about that outcome.
Shit. It wasn't a bad game.
Oh, and the game that I wanted to talk about the most with you, because I know how you love Boise State's dick.
What about
So the Air Force Academy beat Boise State by a touchdown.
Did. But I want to talk about, too, where you were in the last show, where you said that, who the fuck are these, what'd you call it? The military academies haven't had a team in years. Like
they haven't. That's my point. That's why Boise's not ranked better than they are.
Whatever, man. It was any given day in college football, I could take the worst team and play them against Alabama. And I bet you, on a given day, they could beat Alabama.
No, not Alabama. They couldn't.
Yes.
If you'd have said Nebraska, who Iowa beat 40-10, then I would have said, well, maybe, but not Alabama.
That's why I love college ball. That's why I love it.
And Western Michigan remains undefeated. They beat Toledo.
Yeah, and they're still not in the top. They're not going to get a fucking place, man. They're not going to get one.
No, they don't, because they beat Toledo,
who is 9-3 in the WAC or the MAC. Sorry, MAC.
Yeah, but that's not like beating somebody great. Like Kentucky. If Kentucky was undefeated and they beat Louisville by a field goal, which is a pretty big deal because Louisville's decent, then Kentucky could gripe. But Kentucky would never be undefeated because they're in the SEC.
And the big surprise, Colorado, they pull off another W against Utah to me. They beat a big school.
They're legit for the first time since I think old Bill McCaffrey was their coach. And I was in middle school. Back when Eric Bieniemy was running the football for them and they were playing Notre Dame for national championships.
Speaking of Notre Dame, they lost to USC. What the fuck is going on there? Notre Dame's going to lose another coach over this shit.
There is talk about that. There is talk about them losing another coach.
Ugh.
Wisconsin stayed hot. They beat up Minnesota 31-17.
Yeah.
And Penn State beat Michigan State 45-12. So I think the Big Ten championship is between fucking Penn State and Wisconsin. Even though Ohio State and Michigan are like the deal.
It'll be a good game. West Virginia beat Iowa State handedly.
Yep.
And then Tennessee, man, they fucking dropped one to Vanderbilt. So non-ranked team comes they go into non-ranked Vanderbilt and lose.
Yeah, Vandy was playing for the Vanderbilts. They wanted old Anderson Cooper to be happy.
Oh my god! And Michigan,
Clemson put one on South Carolina.
Yes, they did, but that was to be expected. Clemson's a good team.
I don't know if 56-7 beating of your in-state rival is ever to be expected.
It was a trouncing. It was an atrocity. They scored one touchdown in the third quarter. I watched that game.
But Clemson is a lot better right now than they are, so you're right. It wasn't a shock. Florida State beating Florida 31-13 is kind of a big deal, though.
I thought that game would be much closer. I agree. So
yeah.
And then of course Ohio State, Michigan. What a fucking game that was.
That was a good football game.
2 overtimes, man. So.
Yeah, and then the field goal. It was like the Chiefs and Broncos in college.
Yeah. Came fucking down to the fucking boy. Kicking boy. He's the maker breaker. Right. So. And
hopefully folks in Ohio State are okay after the tragic
Yes.
What do we call it? Stabbing and driving over folks.
Hearts go out to the Ohio State campus and college community out there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, what else in sports, man? You want to talk about college basketball or anything like that?
Well, we can do that. We should also mention Conor McGregor vacated the, was that the featherweight belt that he vacated?
Yes, he did.
So Aldo is now going to be the featherweight champ again, even though he was knocked out in 13 seconds the last time he was in a title fight.
He was fighting Conor McGregor, though.
I think he's happy to be the champ. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But still, 13 fucking seconds. I mean, so I was reading some information about Conor surrendering it, and one of the issues is they need that fight in the next card. And so Conor wasn't ready to be able to defend that belt in this next card.
Too fucking bad. Too fucking bad.
I know you think they should fine him.
Yes, I do. I do. I think they should fine him. If you can't fight, at least defend your title at least one time. You know, and it's different if you're injured. But if you can't fight at least one time, you should be fined for it. So, and yeah. I think you should take a 6-month suspension. So,
Jesus.
You can't have these dudes just lollygagging in and out of classes, you know, because they can go on and beat up everybody. I'm not arguing the fact that they're very talented, but, you know, they don't rule the fucking UFC. They got to have rules in place so this kind of BS does not continue.
So you're out here raw dogging on him?
Fuck him, man. Like, he's a great fighter, but I don't like the way that the UFC is handling this situation. I don't like it at all. You know?
Yeah.
I don't mind people having multiple belts, but at least defend the goddamn thing at least one time. At least once.
Yeah, I don't argue. I think people should defend their belts. I'm not going to debate that. When we were talking off of the air about that, I said that I thought if you wanted to fight in 2 classes and be a champ, you should basically have to defend each belt twice in the same year. So you basically should be fighting, you know, once a quarter.
I agree. I fully agree. You know, and he couldn't fight. Like, that's his excuse is, I can't fight right now because I just fought. I can't fight in a month.
Right.
Like, oh, well, you should have thought about that, motherfucker, before you decided to go get 2 belts. Like, it's not like you didn't know that wasn't coming. You know? True. To me, it seems like it was very purposely. Like, I'm going to go beat this dude's ass in 13 seconds to get his belt, and then I'm going to vacate the title to rub it in his fucking face.
Well, he did want to beat Aldo's ass because Aldo talked a bunch of shit.
Well, I know.
Not that McGregor
now what's
doesn't,
going to happen is McGregor's going to get in his face again and be like, I beat you in 13 seconds, la, 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 la. You know, you got that belt back because I decided to give it to you because I did it. Like, he's going to be a fucking arrogant asshole about it. So.
But he sort of did. It's not like Aldo
and they should fine the absolute fuck out of him for doing it. And they should suspend him for 6 months. Can't fight for 6 months. And that probably won't have any effect. If they suspend him for 6 months, it wouldn't have any effect on him anyways. He's not going to fight in the next 6 months.
They would lose a lot of money because every time he's on the card, he'll fight in 6 months, I bet. He's fought a bunch of fights for a guy who's been as big as he is in this past year.
Excuse me. Yep.
Normally big names like Conor fight maybe twice in a year.
Yeah, I agree. He's fought a bunch of fights.
He's fought, 4 or 5 times this year.
So, and I don't blame him.
And it's not like he's fighting punks. He's fighting badass dudes, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Diaz is like the least badass dude that he fought. And he's a badass dude. He just isn't corporate enough to be a title guy.
Who's that? Nate Diaz?
Yeah, Diaz. Yep.
Yeah.
So
that'll always be his fucking skeleton in his closet. Even though he beat him the second time, it'll always be. You know, Nate's got that fucking 1 next to his name in Conor's
right.
Forever, motherfucker. Every time your record's announced, just remember me, bitch. Like you.
True. So,
you can't erase that shit. All right, so let's see.
College ball?
Yeah, let's touch on it real quick, and then we'll get to moving on here.
Kentucky's up to #1, and I know when we were talking, we kind of thought they should be.
Yep.
So, and in the second half, oh, Jesus. So, Arizona State's a respectable program. You agree?
I agree.
They're playing Arizona State right now with about 2 minutes left in the game, and they're beating them 113-65.
Ooh, god damn.
Yeah, I thought it was an error in the fucking score. I had to go to 3 different sites to make sure it was fucking accurate. I was like, that doesn't seem legit.
The only gripe I have with the ranking system right now is North Carolina. Like, they have the most wins right now. They're 7-0, and they're still ranked number 3. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're behind Villanova. I could see keeping them behind Kentucky.
I could see that maybe, but it's all based on this point system that I just don't agree with. So.
Yeah, and Kansas jumped over Duke.
Yep.
But they're still 4-5, so it's not like Duke really fell from that buzzer beater loss to Kansas.
Duke will be all right. They're gonna be fine. I don't ever really worry about the ranking system in college basketball because to me the only thing that really matters is that tournament. So.
Yeah, West Virginia's beating the bejesus out of the Manhattan Jaspers. It's 83-44 with 10 minutes left in the second half.
God damn.
I know. I got a homeboy who back in the day.
Those fans of that team, you guys are good sports for hanging in there.
Yeah, one of my
ass whooping.
Boys in high school went to Manhattan. Was their starting point guard for a couple years, but thankfully that was a long time ago now.
Oh. So
see, Butler's number 18 and undefeated, and I want to throw a shout out to Gonzaga, man. I like those guys. They're always a good program. They're number 8 in the country right now. So
I like Gonzaga. My teams, I like Gonzaga, I like St. John's, and I like Notre Dame and Duke. Like those are my teams.
St. John's.
Yeah, I'm
holy
St. John's
shit.
fan. I like St. John's.
They haven't been good in a long time.
Yeah, they have not been good in a long time. So.
Hey, South Carolina, my state that I'm living in here, number 20 in the country.
6-0, man.
Yeah, 6-0. I don't know if they beat anybody though. Their next game's against Vermont. I mean, I haven't played since junior college, and I might be able to go out there and maybe beat Vermont.
That's what me and you need to do. I consider myself an okay basketball player. Me and you need to play each other.
Yeah?
Yeah. And we should film it and show people. So.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if we should do that. I'm fucking about to be 40 and out of shape with a bad back.
I'll be all right on you. You fucking got me out. You're probably a foot taller than me. So the only thing I'll be able to do is I'm going to have to get quick.
I'm like maybe 4 inches taller than you.
I'm going to have to go on the inside or I'm going to have to fucking drain the J's. That's all I'm going to be able to do.
Yeah, I can't even hardly cross over anymore. My fucking back hurts too bad every time I do.
Shoot the J. Shoot it.
That's right.
All right. So we should probably move on here. We're going to run out of time if we don't.
Oh, yeah. We got a half hour still, right, to get to all our news stories.
Yep.
These damn fucking sports so intriguing.
Oh, I like sports. I think they should be a regular part of the show. They'll probably become less part of the show, though, when you get your own sports show going. Oh.
Maybe so.
All right. So I'll let you... what you got going on over there, news-wise?
News-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. There's a bunch of news stuff going on.
Let's talk about Castro dying first. Let's do that.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about Fidel?
Fidel. Oh, motherfucking Fidel Castro. So, Fidel, he died, what, on Sunday? Is that when he died?
I think it might have been Friday or Saturday, I think.
I should have had this. Let's see. Looks like Fidel Castro died on... I can't believe I can't find this. Like, right the fuck away. November 25th. So that would have been Friday.
Black Friday. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Black Friday. Everybody's out shopping and the country's losing a dictator.
So, and he really wasn't in charge of the country anyways. He was, wasn't his son running it now?
I don't know if it's his son or his brother. I think his brother, is it Raul Castro?
Yeah.
I think he might be kind of large and in charge at the moment.
So, and that could
but there's a lot of pushback against the Castros now that he's kind of passed on. Okay. They never took too kindly to dissidents. So you know, it was enjoy the free health care and the poverty. And if you don't, then firing squad for you, sir.
So, in all that, you know, in light of that, Justin Trudeau gets up and makes this fucking eyebrow-raising tribute to old Fidel Castro. Like, I like him. I mean, this is a dude that's like openly admitted he's done serious drugs and he's the president of Canada.
I just think he's a cool cat. You know, like
so
he's
too.
one of the, like he's a leader of a country, and you see him, you're like, that's a cool guy. I could party with that guy. You know, most leaders of countries, you don't see him and think I could party with that guy.
He said he expressed deep sorrow after learning of the death of Cuba's longest-serving president.
But you know, I think that is respectful too. And Canada has always had fairly good relations with Cuba, even though America has not.
I think so too. I don't know what the big fuss is, you know. If somebody's, you know, he was remembering somebody in death, you know, the man can't harm anybody anymore. He's dead now. So, and I don't think he's, you know, he's not like, he wasn't like a Hitler. It wasn't like he killed hundreds and hundreds of people. So,
well, I mean, maybe hundreds, but not thousands or millions.
Yeah, I misspoke. I agree. Yeah. So.
I only say that because it's a lot of decades of power, and he did capture the country through revolution.
I will say this though about old Castro, you know, he's, you know, best 10 U.S. presidents, and then goddamn if Donald Trump don't get elected, he just fucking that's enough. I can't do it no more. Fucking Trump's here. So, but Castro will go down. You know, he'll always be remembered as the big dictator. Him in that picture of him and what's his face from South America, Chavo.
Oh yeah, Che.
So they helped each other that basically form a coup there in Cuba and installed Castro into power. So,
which is why America didn't like him, because he wasn't our dictator.
Correct. He was not a puppet of the CIA. I mean, excuse me. I shouldn't say shit like that.
Right.
So, yeah, and
I need one of those anonymous masks. It's like John Cena.
You can't see me, bitch. I it's not that it's a bad thing that he died. I think it was, you know, just a matter of time before he died. So,
I feel like he's one of those guys you want to see like actually dead, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I agree.
Like you want to see the body, like, because there have been rumors that he died for like a decade now.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely, yeah. But he was on TV, so they had him like, I think somebody had him on TV. Somebody interviewed him like 3 days prior to his death.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they had like a photograph of him. So,
I just feel he'll be laying in the coffin, be like, "Boo." Just kidding.
So, I think it's kind of along the same lines when Saddam died. You know, I think there's a lot of people relieved. I think the country as a whole is, you know, relieved and ready to take a step forward. Who knows?
I will say, I think Fidel was a better leader than Saddam.
I would have to agree with that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Saddam is a fucking crazy motherfucker who was just fascinated with gold-plated everything. So, take it from me, personal experience, gold-plated everything.
Yeah, you were partying with him like you were George Clooney in Three Kings.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Anyways.
that bag of money you brought home.
Yeah. Jesus, man, you can't say shit like that. I did not bring home any fucking money. God damn it.
No, that's fictional.
Definitely.
That was a fictional accounting.
Definitely. I'll swear under oath that I did not fucking bring home any goddamn money from the desert. So. Anyways.
And nobody would ever lie under oath.
Yeah, nobody. God damn it.
Hillary Clinton.
You're just fucking sinking my ship over here, dude. I'm going to have somebody come talk to me now because of your sorry ass.
Oh, they know I'm kidding. Come on, big brother. Stop watching.
Yeah. Oh, you might want to move. Like, I can't. We can see you, bud, but. Oh, we just dropped the call. Call from Bo Machado. There we go.
Oh, you there?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it going here again. I'm gonna try to call you again.
Oh, I like it. It's fancy music.
Fancy music. Pardon our technical difficulties. You gotta turn your camera on.
That's right. My camera?
Yeah.
I see myself. You don't see me?
No, we can't see you.
You see me now?
Yep. There, you're loading. Sweet. Alright.
That's right. In case I had to get up, I was making sure I had clothing underneath of my waist.
Sure
like a sportscaster, you know? You're just clothed from the waist up.
That's right.
I was like, oh, I might have to do something. Let me put something on underneath.
Alright. We apologize about the technical difficulties. We need to get Bo Machado a little more tech savvy, and we'll be good.
That's right. That's right. I didn't even have a cell phone until like 2008.
Oh yeah. What the fuck? 2008? The fuck?
Yeah, that's about then. I didn't have a smartphone until I didn't have a smartphone until like 3 years ago. No, man, I was off the grid. I had a landline.
What fucking? So 2000 till 3 years ago. What flip phone was your last non-smartphone?
It was one of those slide phones.
Like a candy bar style, slides up and down?
Yeah, yep.
How the fuck did you text on that shit? Were you like the slowest texter ever? Thumbing it away on the old fucking... Did it have a big keyboard underneath it?
Oh, I text now.
Did it have a big keyboard underneath it?
It was the 3-letter deal. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute.
Like when you slid it up, did it have a big keyboard?
Yep.
Like, okay.
Yeah, my the phone I had before that one, I had to push the button like 3 times to get to the letter and shit.
Yes, I remember that. The old Nokia days, baby, and the Razor.
Yeah. Yep.
I never had a Razor.
Drug dealers want those Nokia phones.
I never had a Razor. I had well, what did I have? I had the first. I think it was a Razor. It was the first iPod phone. Like it had had iTunes inside the phone. What the fuck was that called?
Shit. I don't know.
I had that. I'm like, I had to.
I had a Sony Walkman phone.
It was,
you know about those?
Yes.
You don't know about those?
Yes, I do. Those are fucking badass phones. My brother had one of those. I had a Motorola Rocker E1. That's what I had. It was.
Would you just fucking look it up?
Yes, I did. I had to because
he's in the picture albums.
Oh, there it is.
Goddamn, that's the one.
It was, and I bought the black edition too. Like I paid an extra $100 for that bastard. I think I paid $600 for that phone when I bought it.
Fuck.
I know, right? I was in the military. I had to have that bitch. It held like 100 songs max. So, but it got great reception. It was a fucking awesome phone.
I still don't download songs. I still have CDs, man. Most recent CD I got, Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats.
You were talking last show about you and your CD and DVD collection.
Yeah. If you don't know about them, man, check them out.
Oh my goodness.
I got a great CD collection. It's like fucking 6 books deep. Like those 300 CD books and shit.
Oh Jesus. Casey Neistat just saw this come across my Twitter feed. Looks like he sold out to CNN.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if you guys know who Casey Neistat is. He's makes YouTube videos. He's one of the most popular guys on YouTube. He came out the other day. I'll have to dive in deeper about what this deal is with CNN, but he came out the other day and said he wasn't going to make daily YouTube videos anymore, that it wasn't a challenge to him. And then Philip DeFranco reported on it on his show that the estimated value for each one of his videos that he did, or each month, was $144,000 is what this cat made on an advertising.
Oh, wow.
So each month, that's what this guy was averaging making, and he said it wasn't a challenge to him anymore. I can respect that. He's wanting to do something else. He said he wasn't leaving YouTube altogether, that he was just going to do, you know, something different. And I guess this, from my Twitter feed here, I don't know how reliable this is, but it looks like he's going to maybe go to work for CNN or do something for CNN. That's a fucking crying shame, because I don't think that CNN is a legitimate news source at all. I think it is heavily skewed in the left direction, as is Fox on the other side, heavily skewed in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm still searching for a trustworthy news station.
Yes, we're gonna aim to please on that soon, hopefully. So.
That's right. I told my man Doc he needs a mustache so he can be Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So, let's go back to, let's hit on some Clinton things here, some Clinton and Donald Trump things. So, Trump decided not to pursue charging Clinton, all through his election and his campaign, excuse me. He talked about how he was going to hire a special investigator and a special prosecutor to prosecute Hillary Clinton. And he's decided not to do that. And then a couple days later, a judge called out a bunch of U.S. citizens. And I'll just pull up the article here so I can read it to you.
Oh, yeah. He told them that Trump was their president. They don't like it, go the fuck back home.
He said, he told new citizens that they can accept Trump or go back to another country. He's
been suspended, though.
Yeah. So, I think that was, I don't know. And then, so, Jill Stein...
That was Teddy Roosevelt of him.
Yes. Jill Stein has started a petition to raise a bunch of money. She needed at first $2.5 million, and then all of a sudden she needed $5 or $7 million. But she's since raised the money to start a recount in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And as we touched on earlier, it was ruled that the Pennsylvania has told her that she has missed her deadline to call for a recount, that the date was this past Monday. So, and I think that there's going to probably be some lawyers will probably get involved now. And
yeah, Pennsylvania doesn't budge on their shit, though. When they tell you something, that's how it is. I lived there before.
So, and of course, it looks like George Soros is going to be blamed for this one, because I think he's backing all the lawyers. He's paying for all of them. They're using George Soros's money. So, we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah. More about trying to get the Electoral College to change their votes.
Yeah, there's been death threats to the Electoral College, and I'm sure we've talked about this before on another show. The Electoral College, of course, will not officially cast their votes until December 19th. So, and that was
Trump says that he won the popular vote, except for those 2 million illegals.
I would have to say that Trump probably lost the popular vote. I disagree with that.
I think that looks logical. But you saw on Twitter that that's what he said, right?
Yeah, I did. I saw that. So,
that's almost a verbatim quote.
So I think that if you actually go and if you read what I don't think Hillary Clinton's trying to be a huge villain in this thing too. If you go and read what her lawyer came out and said was the objective of what they're doing, they said that they're not intending on contesting that Donald Trump won the presidency. They just want they want to know more about who won in those states. They want a recount done to know who won the popular votes in those states. And I think
that matters. Why?
Well, that matters to the Democratic campaign in the next couple of years because they're going to do some rebuilding now for 2020. Those numbers are very important to the to the DNC. So. And it'd just be important that they get them right. But I agree with what you told me the other day where you said that as long as she's involved in it, it will not be put to bed. There will be no rest for it.
Yeah, it can't. Because there's so many people that are on that side of the fence, It would be like it was flipped and Trump was suing over the Electoral College or whatever nonsense he was saying that he was going to do if he didn't win.
Yeah.
All those people who had backed Trump wouldn't be able to let it rest because he wasn't letting it rest.
Now, we've all been in this situation before. In 2008, or what was that? 2004? 2004?
Was it with Gore?
Yeah, the election.
2000.
2000.
Yeah. Because Bush was 2000 to 2004, and then 2004 to 2008.
Okay. So, yeah, it would have been the 2000 election when Al Gore ran against George Bush. We've all been through this before, They made movies about this shit, about all the lawyers and the highly contested things that went on in that.
Right, it was an inconvenient truth.
So, in the end, Bush won, and he was declared the winner to start with. So I think the same thing will happen, you know. And I agree with you. I think that as long as Hillary Clinton like has something, you know, is involved in some kind of recount or some kind of pursuing, you know, anything, that it will not be put to bed. So
yeah, which is unfortunate because the country really needs to heal. This is by far the most split I've ever seen our country over an election.
I agree. It's definitely time for the healing. And I thought that maybe that had started, you know, the day after the election, but especially when Hillary Clinton got on TV and said what she did, and Donald Trump did that on election night. So, yeah. But it's just not. I've had to restrain myself when I look at my Facebook stuff, because a lot of my friends are on both sides of that line, and they are saying some of the craziest, nastiest things I have ever seen to each other on there over something that it's in really the end bizarre. It's what the it doesn't fucking affect you at all. Like, you know, you being irate to some other person on Facebook because you didn't like who won the election, like, hey, you're ruining friendships over fucking something stupid. So
right. So that's why people are like afraid to share their political views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I don't think the same way as you, I'm ostracized. When one of the things that makes us great is the ability to have discourse when we don't think the same way.
Yep. You know, I think that's like this platform that we're on right now is a good thing. Me and you don't agree on everything all the time, but we're not uncivil about it either. You know, I'm not calling you a raging fucking cunt douchebag for fucking disagreeing with me about Dallas Cowboys are the best fucking football team on the face of the earth.
Well, not for that, but other things.
But exactly, like, you know, we can have a civilized conversation about, you know, a disagreement that we may have. So,
that's right. And I may be a fucking douchebag, you know.
I don't think that you are at all.
It may not be name calling; it may be an accurate statement.
So I think it's, you know, it's healing time, and the sooner we start, the sooner that the better it will be for everybody. So
yeah, definitely.
And then your boy Kanye, he's still in the hospital. So
hey, man, this shit'll make a dude crazy.
If Kanye West is still in the hospital and not stable enough to go home.
I told that brother, don't be a college dropout.
Oh man, that's good shit. That's good shit. All right. So what else we got going on? So I think you know, more about the current situation we're in with Trump. I think that and I know that what we'll do is there'll be a big push to make space weapons.
Yeah, defense spending.
There'll be a lot in that. I think you'll see the like a program like that Ronald Reagan had called Star Wars. I don't know that you'll see that program come back, but you'll see something like that.
I think, the spending will start to match that. The program may not be the same kind of program, but the spending will match, which does on some levels make some sense, because if you could debilitate weaponry from space and we can't do that, or we can't defend against it, well, boy, we sure would be fucked in a fight, wouldn't we?
I'm going to give you a little news flash. Just that if you don't think that we don't have fucking weapons in space now, you are a fucking retard. Like,
I didn't say we didn't have them.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. Okay. I'm just saying general. Like, if you don't think that we don't have that shit now,
Aldo after McGregor hitting.
If you don't think that we have that shit now, like, you need to read a book. God damn it, read a book and buy a calculator. Like, we have that shit. I think
we actually, from something I read, said that we may be like ahead of everybody else right now, even though we haven't had the same kind of significant spending.
I think that the money that was taken from the NASA program took a huge budget cut a couple of years ago, and NASA is not for, you know, it's not for defense missiles in space. That's not what NASA's about. They're about space exploration. And I'm really, like, as much as I like NASA, I like that kind of shit. I grew up wanting to be an astronaut. I think it's a very good thing that we are not pumping billions of dollars down NASA's throat right now. We have a lot of other fucking problems where we could use that money. So any NASA fans out there, you know, I'm sorry, but we got other shit that we need to take care of right now than put the Discovery back in the air, the new shuttle that they want to do. That shit costs lots of money.
with privatization, like Elon Musk and what Richard Branson,
yep,
who are both working on space exploration through their own private funding. You know, I mean, it's not like something's not still being done. It's just not under the government's thumb.
I agree. I agree with that. So yeah, if you want to go to Mars, Elon Musk is your boy, and Richard will probably meet him there. So,
that's right.
Yeah, so I think that
Richard's flight will probably be more fun.
That boy knows how to throw a party.
He does. He does.
So, yeah, and I don't. I think that there's. I think you'll see a big spin up in DoD spending, in missile defense spending. I think you'll see a big spin up in that. So. And which we probably need if we're gonna it's probably time to regroup the wagons, circle the wagons a little bit. So we've been the world's police.
We spent a lot of time shrinking.
We spent a lot, yeah. We spent a lot of time being the world's police, which I'm fucking frankly tired as fuck of. So we'll cut some of that.
UN carries a big baton called the United States of America.
We're not the UN, so
we're the big stick they carry, though.
Yeah, we are, though. We are. I think you'll probably see. I bet if you don't see the UN dissolve, you see the U.S. leave it in the next couple of years. So.
Well, we're about the only country that pays all the dues now, right?
Probably. We're probably paying everybody's fucking dues in that bitch.
Yeah.
Either privately or publicly, we're probably paying for it somehow.
That's right. It's like international welfare.
It's like a subscription-based game where everybody wants to participate. But your buddies are 2-4, so you're the only one that has a steady job, so you're paying for everybody's subscription.
That's right.
You know,
everybody else is our entourage.
That's right. Or Netflix, or fucking whatever you want to fucking call it. Like and they used to, when Netflix first came out, you could, as many people as you wanted could log into that bitch. I remember that because I had a Netflix account, and I remember like 20 people had my Netflix login shit. And then I started getting these I couldn't believe these assholes. I started getting Netflix changed their policy, so I started getting these text messages. Hey man, did you? I can't watch Netflix on your account anymore. It says too many people are watching. I was like, what the fuck? Like you're bitching at me because you go spend the fucking $7 or whatever the fuck it is.
Right, right.
Like you fucking cheapskate. Like, I couldn't believe these people were mad at me because they were like, well, just upgrade your account, man. Only a couple more bucks. I'm like, you go get an account. It's only a couple bucks, right? Just just people were fucking mad as fuck about it. So, anyways, so I think you'll see the DoD and the federal government as a whole start spending more money and taking a closer look at space weapons. So,
I think that's cool.
I think
Star Wars is a good flick. I think we need our own Death Star. Just put that fucking big bitch up there in space. Be like, all right, don't be fucking around with us. You see what we can do? We'll just destroy a whole planet just to tell a motherfucker don't play.
Alderaan, we're coming for you, bitch.
That's right. Like this shit is no joke. Just blow that one. Don't make me push this button.
Oh my gosh.
Rogue One comes out in a couple weeks.
I know it's
for Star Wars fans. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'll be hype about it.
And I am just not. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters. I don't think.
What?
I know, right? Like I feel bad as a huge Star Wars nerd. Like
that's blasphemous.
I know, but I am just like.
Look, I got the original Darth Vader head with the toys and shit still in it.
I'm just not hyped for it at all.
And I'm such a dork that when the Phantom Menace came out and I was a married adult, I went and bought all the fucking toys. Didn't open none of them and put them on a box. And I was like, this shit's going to make me rich.
Where are those toys at now?
Oh, they're in storage.
Good.
They're all in a box.
Still have them. At least you still have them. Because they'll be worth money. Yeah, they'll be worth money one day. Especially unopened.
Yeah. That's what I figured. Like the entire sets of the figures, you know.
I want to say this too about, go back to space real quick. So Vladimir Putin announced this week that that Russia's developing a mega rocket that'll transport supplies and build a base on the moon. I want everybody to hear me when I say this. I think that we have not been to the moon. I don't think it. I know it. So if Russia goes to the moon, I'm going to congratulate them on this show and say that they're the first people to go to the moon. So I just want that known. I had some people tell me the other day that they thought that that they said that they heard me say that we've been to the motherfuckers. No, I don't. It's not Bo's opinion. This is my opinion. We have not been to the fucking moon. Is my opinion. So, and if Russia goes there and builds a base, congratulations on making it to the moon first, bitches. So,
I'm a patriot, so I think we went to the moon and hit a golf ball.
You just told me I wasn't a patriot because we didn't say it because I said, and I'm the only one in the fucking conversation here that has any military experience. So how could I be a non-patriot? I don't know.
That's true. That's a good point. It's a good point.
All right, right. So before we get off, I guess
maybe you're just less patriotic.
That's probably a good show topic, is Doc Holliday's patriotic status, because I have a lot to say about that.
Probably so.
Don't tread on me, bitches. I will fucking kill you.
That is a great flag.
So.
And I dig the bumper stickers too.
Yes. And as somebody that, like, this is another reason, like, I probably will never be able to run for public office because I have the communist symbol tattooed on my body. Oh, the dream is dead. I have the communist symbols tattooed on my body. And it's not that it stands for communism. It's just it pays tribute to a certain thing that's tattooed along with it.
Just wear long pants. It'll be okay.
I remember when I have this tattoo, guys. It's on the backside of one of my calves. It's the length of my calf. It's an AK-47, and it has a big communist. Well, it's not a. It has a sickle and a hammer that's red, and it says and it's got this inscription like banner wrapped around the gun that says "One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter." I remember the day that so the first time anybody was gonna see it, I had to go to PT in the military. I was still in the military when I got this tattoo. So the first time anybody was gonna see it is the Air Force had changed their PT uniforms to a standardized PT uniform, and somehow whoever the fuck was in charge had refused to come out of the 60s and 70s, so they had these shorts that were like maybe 8 inches long, maybe 8 inches long.
So you were wearing the Magnum PIs.
Oh yes, absolutely. Like fucking I would have done Burt Reynolds fucking proud.
Nice.
So, and then to top it off too, they had the little upside down V cut on the sides. So on on either side of your leg, you were missing fucking 2 inches, of shorts. That's right. So I go to this PT thing, and I walk in. Nobody says anything. Everybody in the military has got fucking tattoos. And my boss, this boss I had at the time, she's bipolar as fuck. So, and everybody knows what that means. She's this really tall, black lady. She was a good boss. Half the time. Other time, she didn't have any fucking clue what the fuck she was going to say. She leans over to me, and she's like, "What the fuck have you done?" And I had no idea what she was talking about. I was like, oh, shit. Like, it was fucking Monday morning. I'm like, what are you talking about?
He's like, I don't know.
I didn't do anything. I'm thinking, like, I didn't get arrested. So I don't know what you're talking about. So right. She's like,
I'm not high. I'm not drunk.
She's like, what the I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, what did you do to your leg? I'm like, oh, I got a tattoo. And so the military, let's pause here for a second. The military has this rule about tattoos that it can't cover more than 3/4 of your exposed body part. So that means, like, if you wear short sleeves, you can't have 3/4 of your arm covered in tattoo.
You're lucky you had them short ass shorts.
Well, it didn't fucking matter. Even if I wore shorts to my knees, it doesn't cover. It's just the back side of it's half of my leg. So she's like, you can't get tattoos like that. You got to have my permission. I looked at her and I told her, I was like, the day I get a permission from you to get a tattoo is the day I get the fuck out of the military. Anyways, I basically told her to fuck off. And so then she went over and told some fucking officer in our squadron that I had gotten this tattoo. And so he comes over and he's like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like, totally threw her off. He's like, oh, it's cool. And then he looks at it and he's like, oh, shit. He's like, we're going to have to go see the commander. I'm like, why?
You couldn't get an M16?
I don't know. I don't want a piece of shit M16 tattooed on my butt and fucking never fucking works when you need it to. Anyways, he's like, we're going to have to go see the commander. I'm like, why? He's like, oh, you have, what did he say? You have terroristic No, you have that's the words he used. Non-patriotic symbols tattooed on your body now. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I like literally told them both. I was like, if this is what gets me out of the military, this is gonna be awesome. I should have done this years ago. So I commanded, didn't give a fuck. You know, all he told me was, he told me I had to wear
Kill
pants.
Bad guys.
He told me I had to wear pants at PT from now on. And I told him, well, I'm not paying $70 for a fucking pair of PT pants that you don't, you know. And he's like, okay, the squadron will buy you some. So the squadron bought me 4 pairs of fucking PT pants.
See, here you go.
That's right, bitch. So, anyways, that's what my tattoo is. You know, I am patriotic to a point. So. Before we leave tonight, I just want to make sure, you know, we go over real quick about Petraeus I think he's being interviewed for being on Trump's
he's being
staff.
vetted for state.
Yep, and I think John Kerry as well. Or not John Kerry, Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney, yeah. Yep. So, and we should say also, don't vacation Acapulco. What'd they find? Like 9 bodies down that bitch.
God damn right.
Drug dealers getting killed.
So, yes. Another thing about, this is my opinion about Mitt Romney, is I think there was some kind of side deal made during the election, because there was big talk about a year ago that Mitt Romney would run. That the Republicans had tried to regroup
that they might try to run him again.
Then go get a new candidate. Even if they lost, it was basically to ensure that Trump would lose.
Right.
So, and I really think there was, and I'm sure everybody can see a side to this. Like, I think that because he decided not to, so I think maybe Trump made some kind of side deal with him that I'm going to install you as a cabinet member somewhere. You know, if you don't go do this, in the event.
I don't know why they didn't call me. I'd have been just like Terry Crews in Idiocracy. I'd have fired my machine gun up in the air. I've done all that shit.
Oh my god. So, you have anything else you want to cover, man, before we get off?
Nothing I could think of. It's a long day. Day back from vacation. After staying up till 12:30 to watch the Denver Broncos lose. It's a long, mournful day.
Alrighty then. We'll be back on Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. on YouTube.
Right. And you should like the channel, like the show.
That's right. Do us
follow
a
us on
favor.
Twitter. Follow us on Facebook.
Yes. Do us a big favor. If you're watching here after, and this is not the live show for you, make sure you hit that like button there on YouTube and subscribe to us. It helps us keep bringing this content free for you. Then go over to our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and follow Kill Cobra Studios.
If we get enough likes, Doc's gonna grow a mustache.
I'm in the process of trying to grow it now. Yeah, it'd be fucking 10 years from now before I have something like Bo Machado's got right there.
Get it? And then you curl the edges up with a little wax.
Was that ear wax or is that like wax?
No,
like
they got mustache
puffin
wax.
No, light a candle?
It's the real deal. I can't grow it that good, but
you
I've seen old guys that can grow it and they curl it out like they're a villain in an old movie.
10 years on me, man, so you're gonna be old as fuck here soon.
I'm getting there. 2 weeks till I'm 40, so
that's all right. We're gonna have a big old to-do.
Close.
We got a big to-do plan for old Bo, for his birthday. We got a little surprise coming for him. So, all right. Well, thanks again to our sponsors, Kill Cobra Studios, TGN, NVIDIA, and Ring the Bell. Appreciate that. Like Bo said, make sure you like and subscribe and follow us there on we're on all the fucking social media, so just go do that for us. We appreciate it so much. You can keep up with us as we post things throughout the day. Sometime this week too, we're going to give away an Amazon gift card on I won't tell you which one, but you got to be following us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to be able to be eligible for it. So you'll see the notifications come across.
Follow all those.
That's right. Helps us out. Like I said, does us all a big favor and helps keep stuff free for you guys. Anyways, that's all I got to say. I'm signing off. Bo?
Yep, like G.I. Joe said, the more you know. So tune in next time. We'll tell you more.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Do you remember that shit from when you were a kid?
Oh, fuck yeah, I remember that.
They give us like the big message. Be like, the more you know.
The more you know. That's right.
That's right.
All right. Well, think for your fucking self and question everything, guys. We'll see you next time.
That's right.